Welcome to part 3 of getting top dollar for the sale of your home. If you've missed the first 2, you can go back to them after this one as they have more great tips, but there's no particular order necessary. Let's jump in. There are 2 rooms in the house that are consistently the most important to buyers. The first one is the kitchen, and the other one, you guessed it, bathrooms. Consequently, the kitchen and bathroom are the 2 rooms that you generally get the most bang for your buck on upgrades. This does not mean that every improvement that you can make in the kitchen or bathroom will pay for itself, but in general, these are rooms to pay special attention to. A knowledgeable real estate agent like myself, a stager or interior designer can give you advice specific to your situation. However, this section will give you some helpful suggestions and guidelines. Step 1 is to declutter the walls and countertops in both the kitchen and the bathroom. As we mentioned earlier, clear, uncluttered counters make your home look cleaner and the space larger. Plus, this step is very simple and costs nothing to do. Granted, it may be an inconvenience to put your toaster or blender away under the counter every day for a while, but it makes a big difference in the look. I know it's a pain to have to unplug the hairdryer and the curling iron and put them away, but it will definitely make your home show better and be more attractive to buyers. Remember, the way that you live is not the way that people look for a home when they're planning to buy it. Clean and uncluttered is the order of the day for your kitchen and your bathrooms. Hide the toilet brush and the plunger that live behind your toilet. And that basket of vitamins and supplements or other odds and ends sitting on your kitchen breakfast bar, yep, they gotta go. Endure the inconvenience for the short term and get a better result in top dollar for your sale. Once you get beyond cleaning and decluttering, now the bigger decisions begin. Should you update the kitchen and the bathroom or not? It doesn't take long to spend a lot of money in these 2 rooms, so again, before you go all out, get some expert advice. Some homeowners make the mistake of thinking the more upgrading and remodeling they do, the more money they will make for their house. They watch a remodeling show on television, decide they need to do a major remodel to get more money for their home. Keep in mind that return on investment is what that you are looking for. It doesn't make sense to do a $40,000 kitchen remodel that only adds $20,000 of value to your home. Having said that, there are some typical improvements that you may consider for your kitchen and bathrooms. First, going back to an earlier video, strongly consider repainting. If you have wallpaper, which is mostly out of style with some notable exceptions, you may check into removing it and replacing it with a nice paint job. Again, compare cost benefit before you start ripping off the old wallpaper. Next, consider your appliances. In the kitchen, appliances vary widely in their energy efficiency and looks. If they are old, say 10 years or more, they are also going to likely be unappealing to buyers. Upgrading to new appliances can make a huge difference in the marketing and sale of your home. If your refrigerator is old and ugly, consider upgrading to a stainless steel refrigerator freezer. Depending on the price range of your home and the area, you got a lot of options here. In some case, you may or may not be able to include the refrigerator in the sale of your home at all. Just make sure that your real estate agent makes that exclusion clear to potential buyers. Otherwise, you may get stuck unintentionally leaving your fridge or having to buy a new one. Tip: if you decide to stay with your existing refrigerator, at least clean it, including the top, and remove all that refrigerator stuff like magnets that occupy the outside of many refrigerators. Cabinets, countertops, and fixtures are the next thing to look at. These are listed in the order of expense to replace. Replacing cabinets is one of the most costly improvements that you can do in any room of your house. Unless the existing cabinets are in pretty bad shape, it's often best to leave them and consider refinishing or repainting them. Upgrading from Formica or laminate countertops to granite or synthetic hard surface countertops has become a fairly common improvement when updating kitchens and baths. It makes a big difference in appearance and is not as expensive as one might expect. Again, there are countless options and qualities of granite, marble, quartz, synthetic hard surfaces with a varying price range. Updating plumbing fixtures and light fixtures can be done on a tighter budget and can add a pop to that kitchen and bath. There are a wide range of options and price ranges. Plumbing and lighting fixtures not only serve to make your home look newer, but they have the added benefit of being energy efficient. Aerated sink faucets and water-saving shower heads are cost-effective ways to green your bathroom while making it look better at the same time. LED lights and even fluorescent light fixtures can have the same dual benefit of updating the look and saving energy. Another option, a green option to consider in the bathrooms, is installing water-conserving toilets such as dual flush toilets. In some areas, water-conserving toilets are even becoming mandatory as a point-of-sale item, meaning that when the house is sold, if it does not currently have water-conserving toilets, the municipality requires them to be updated when the house is sold. Finally, if your kitchen appliances are old or really outdated, consider updating them. An upgraded stovetop, oven, built-in microwave, vent hood, and dishwasher, along with the refrigerator, will transform a kitchen. Again, the cost benefit of these upgrades can vary widely depending on the age and price range of your house and what other competing homes in the market have. It also depends on how much of a negative the existing appliances are. Are they obviously outdated and ugly, or just not the latest and greatest? Energy-conserving appliances and upgrades improve the look and functionality for the next gourmet chef to own your home. Also comes with a price. Check with your real estate agent, stager, or decorator to get some great insights on what's right for your property in your situation. Now, if this is your first time to this channel and you're finding some value, then subscribe and tap the bell for notifications so that you can get our next video. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you looking for help making their next move, and we love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email so that we can help you make a smooth move. Now let's move on to marketing strategies to get the most for your home. When it comes to selling your property, keep in mind that the target here is real buyers, not tire kickers. This is crucial. Never forget that the aim is getting the property sold for top dollar, not making things easy and convenient for yourself. So, at least for a few weeks, your goal is to accommodate the buyer's convenience, not yours. Here are a couple key things to understand about today's buyers. First, people who are in the process of buying a home are making a huge life decision, which naturally carries with it a large amount of stress. Consequently, buyers are typically feeling a lot of stress as they go through the process of shopping for a new home. It's a good stress with lots of excitement, hopefully, but it's still stress. Second, people today are busier than ever, so they are trying to make this big decision, pick the perfect house with the least amount of inconvenience. Consequently, buyers will often resent special showing instructions, special restrictions that make it a pain in the neck to view your house. In some cases, they will completely eliminate a property from their list of homes to look at simply because it's too much hassle. It sounds crazy, but even when there's a shortage of available homes, buyers will often conclude if the sellers are going to make it that difficult for us to see the house, they must not really want to sell it. The reason for this seemingly irrational response from a buyer is the third key to understanding the psychology of today's buyers, and that is that buying a house is above all an emotional decision. Once their budget is determined and the must-have size and location criteria are established, the rest is all about what they want and how they feel about a house. This can be much more powerful than people imagine. So now, when you combine the stress factors inherent in buying a new home and put that with their already hectic lives, you want to make the prospect of buying your house as hassle-free and as pleasant as possible. If seeing your home requires extra inconvenience compared to other homes they're viewing, buyers are easily going to get irritated or annoyed about your property. This adds to their stress, which they now attach to your house as a negative vibe. And yes, that can be important. So how do you position your home in the market to make it feel like home sweet home the moment they're first aware of it, by making it easy for them to see? So here are some tips to making buyers feel great about your home before they even get a look at it. Most of the serious best buyers look at homes during the day, not in the evenings, and they are just as likely to be looking during the week as they are on the weekends. Weekenders, such as people who come to open houses, are much more likely to be unqualified non-buyers who are just window shopping and thinking about it down the road. The most serious and highly motivated buyers are in the hunt, and they are there during the week searching for the perfect place to call home right now. If your home is not readily available to be seen by qualified buyers on weekdays and short notice, it will reduce the number of motivated buyers who will actually get a look at your house. And it also adds to the buyer's stress because of the inconvenience. Making it available to be seen on short notice and being willing to accommodate reasonable showing requests will always play into your favor. This is a significant benefit of having your home listed with a full-time real estate agent who uses a super lockbox which allows licensed agents to show their buyers without you being there. If possible, Keep your security alarm off on days when showings are happening. A security alarm that must be disarmed by the buyer's agent is stressful for the buyers and creates anxiety in the buyers at the very moment that you're wanting them to feel at home in the house. And heaven forbid, if the alarm goes off, forget about it. The buyers are done at that house. They're out. The first association with the property is a piercing siren, causing a sudden rush of adrenaline, kicking in the fight or flight syndrome, and that does not leave a buyer with the feelings of home sweet home. Now let's talk about pets. Pets are a sensitive issue because if you have animals, they are probably part of your family, and your home is their home too. The problem is that you want buyers walking through to feel like this is their home, not a growling dog's territory. A room, backyard, the garage that's off limit to buyers because of an animal, or a sleeping person for that matter, is a big time negative for buyers. They're not trying to make it personal, but it's virtually impossible for them to feel like it's their home with the presence of your pet serving as a living reminder that they are an intruder on someone else's turf. I like cats. We have cats. Unfortunately, if you have cats, their presence is a real negative for your house on the real estate market. A lot of people these days have allergies, especially to cats, which makes them super sensitive issues to them. Even if the cat is gone, they know that the dander remains. And if they're not pet owners, many buyers detest the presence of animal hair, which seems to fill up every nook and cranny of a house where pets live. Unfortunately, there's no convenient solution for this, but if at all possible, consider finding a place for your pets to stay while your house is active on the market. If you have a proactive, skilled agent, that should not be a long period of time. Also, do everything possible in terms of cleaning and deodorizing to remove all signs of animals living in the house, especially any hair and odors. In summary, here are some key tips to make a house easy to show. Houses can be seen anytime within reason with minimal notice. Security system off, use a super lockbox, no pets at the house. These are simply guidelines that will help make your house easier to show and sell. If you have special concerns or issues, discuss them with your agent and he or she will work with you to figure out the best solution. Remember, the key point is to be willing to endure some inconvenience in order to get a better result. Even if your property is a show-stopping, jaw-dropping, gorgeous model home with no apologies, it won't bring top dollar if it's not properly exposed to the right buyers. Let's look at how you can get the best exposure for your house. Ideally, you want lots of action, fast and furious, right? High buyer interest creates high urgency that causes a kind of buyer stampede. Buyers see lots of interest in your home as an indication that it is a desirable property, making them much more likely to submit an offer faster and for more money. Now, what marketing matters? Obviously, to create this type of action, you want to make sure your property is exposed to all the buyers in the market and the best buyers in the market, all at the same time. Because of the internet and technology, this is actually much simpler than it used to be, provided it is being exposed through the best channels that hit the best buyers. Let's look at what matters most. First, who are the best buyers for your house? 1, they have the funds and financing to purchase your home now. 2, they are highly motivated and serious, which means they are not casually looking at homes. They are focused on finding the right home and they want to make sure they don't miss it. Where are all the best buyers really looking for homes? The answer, online and with an agent. That is why you want to market your house where all the best buyers are shopping. Let's say I'm a qualified, serious buyer, which is what you're looking for, correct? Now, I need to buy a house right now. I don't want to waste my time or miss the perfect house. I have 2 options. Number 1, I can look on the internet, find some houses for sale, use my car, my gas, my energy, go around, look at a limited selection of houses, not really knowing what I'm going to find when I get there. Then I do all the work myself and hope I find the house I like, stumble through writing an offer, getting financing, hopefully being able to close on the house. Or number 2, I can find a professional buyer's agent, their access to all the homes on the market, plus I get to use their car, their gas, their expertise, their knowledge of the market. They can find the perfect house at a fair price without the hassle and have the professional guidance to go through the entire process. And that is what almost all motivated qualified buyers do. There's a reason that over 90% of residential sales are properties listed on the multiple listing service used by licensed realtors. Agents who have buyers rely almost exclusively on the MLS and other agents to find properties for sale. It puts all the homes in one central place. It provides complete and accurate information for the agent. Plus, they know the sellers who have listed their home with an agent are serious about selling, so they're not going to be wasting their buyers' time. Let's talk about the for sale sign. A sign in the yard is incredibly important for obvious reasons and some not so obvious reasons as well. It announces that the home is for sale to people who are coming to see it and to people who just happen to be passing by your house. People that live in your neighborhood may even have someone they know interested in living in their neighborhood. They're not looking for a house for sale in the neighborhood, but when they see your for sale sign, they're immediately calling their friend or family member to let them know. Also, buyers who are active and motivated still drive the perfect neighborhoods for them looking for the perfect home. You want to make sure they don't miss yours if they've missed it online. Now, what if you don't want a for sale sign? Well, consider this. There's a psychology of customers that every retailer and manufacturer with a product to sell already knows. The easier it is for the customer to find your product, the more likely they are to buy it. Therefore, you make the product you want to sell easy for the buyer to spot, and they are more likely to buy it. The same is true with home buyers. It goes back to the power of the buyer's emotion in the buying process. You want buyers to feel only positive emotions about your house when they come to see it. It is part of the critical first impressions they have about your home. When they're driving down the street to come see your house, the yard sign announces, "Here I am, stop here." It's easy to spot and welcoming, and they feel good about that. But when there is no sign, the buyers and their agent are having to search for your house for sale by looking at a set of teeny numbers pasted to your house to distinguish it from all the other houses next to yours that are not for sale, or by trying to spot it from the pictures they've already seen. I know this sounds crazy, but this causes confusion. Which house is it? Then frustration. Why don't they have a for sale sign? They must not want to sell that bad. It may sound minor, but that negative thought affects the way that they look at your property. There's another reason a sign matters. A prominent for sale sign draws the focus straight to your home, which is where you want them focused. On the other hand, if there's no sign, it forces them to pay attention to all the other houses around yours as they scour house numbers looking for your home. The last thing you want is for them to drive up to your house looking at all the other houses. "Wow, honey, look at that gorgeous house. Is that the one?" "No, it's the next one." "Rats, I wish that house was the one for sale." Oops. Now they're wishing they could buy your neighbor's house. Not exactly the outcome that you were going for, right? Sound far-fetched? I've seen it happen multiple times. And at the exact moment when you're wanting them to fall in love with your house, they are wishing they could have another home that's next to yours. They lost interest in the very house you wanted them to buy at the very moment you were wanting them to fall in love with your house. Remember, the goal is to get your home sold. Maximum exposure maximizes interest, which generates more demand, thereby increasing the odds of a better offer. If you have real security concerns about having your house on the market or personal reasons for not making the marketing of your house public, discuss it with your real estate agent. He or she should be able to guide you and work with you in a way that serves your best interest. All right, we got to wrap up this third video on how to get top dollar for the sale of your home. I thought we were going to get it done in 3. I apologize. Join me next time for our 4th and final episode on how to get the most out of your equity. We're going to talk about pricing and negotiation, 2 of the most important aspects of getting top dollar for your home. Until then, I'm David Crum, and I'll see you next time.